Okay.
Hello, Laura Whitelaw here from Overwhelm to Empowerment. And in this video, I have a very special guest with me today. And I'm very excited to be able to interview Dina Marais, who is a coach with 14 years experience under her belt and who helps heart-centered entrepreneurs grow their own coaching businesses to profitability by helping them to connect with their inner confidence and their own divine guidance. Dina offers both one-on-one and group coaching sessions. And today, Dina is joining us to discuss how to plan for the year ahead in your business. 2018 is right around the corner, and so this is very timely information. So in a moment, I'm going to let Dina share with you today, and at the end, I believe she has a very special offer for you. So Dina, what can you share with us about preparing for 2018 in our businesses?
Thank you so much, Laura, for inviting me. You know, for many people, planning is something foreign. They don't want to take the time to spend. And what they don't realize is that that time that they spend on planning is like gold, because it will save them so much time in the coming year. You see, what happens is, if we do, the moment we plan, we get a big picture of what we are setting out to do. And that big picture we can see at a glance. Now, when you are, and that allows you to step into the role of CEO of your business and not like the employee lost in the details because you just actually bought yourself a job. But it's to really be able to take that step back and look from the outside at what is it that you are creating here. So the moment you've got that big picture of, wow, this is how I'm going to do my programs, everything that I do, all the events, when I'm going to go on holiday, planning all of that out. Now when life happens, and we know life happens, if you do need to replan or reorganize, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Because it's like chunks that you move around. And when you're lost when you're in the details, you can't see the forest for the trees. And that is what's causing overwhelm and anxiety. Because, you know, more often than not, you wake up with a blank. You don't know what to do. I know I have to sell something, but I don't know what the hell I'm selling. You know, what am I supposed to do now? Or an opportunity comes up, and because you're overwhelmed and, you know, anxious, you don't even see the opportunity, even if it hits you in the face, or you're just not ready for it. And you don't know when to be ready for it. But the moment you have things in front of you and somebody, you know, like a JV partner contacts you and say, listen, I've got a program coming up. I'm planning it for when, you know, do you have an opportunity? You can say, yes, you know what, I've got week so-and-so open. I know I've planned it that way that I can make space in my calendar for when I want to JV with people. I've got flexibility. And when you do this kind of planning, you also become aware of where you have space for opportunities. You become aware of, my gosh, I don't have enough offerings. You know, I need to innovate stuff. I need to come up with a new program. Or I want to write a book this year. How am I going to fit it in? So planning is just an amazing thing for me, because, you know, beyond the getting organized, you know, with the to-do lists and the logistics and the teamwork and all of those nice things, for me, what's more important is the effect on your number one, on your perspective. All of a sudden you can see your business from a big picture point of view that allows you to make strategic decisions in your business. The second thing is your perception of yourself, because the moment you're lost in the details and you're overwhelmed, you take everything personal. You think it's about you. You think you're not good enough because things don't work out.
Right.
So it changes your perception. The moment you start gaining the evidence of things working because you have planned for it, and of course on your mind, body, emotional states, your well-being. And that for me is more important, because that has the knock-on effect of really being relaxed, being more receptive to your inner guidance, to hearing what is my next step. And it also allows them in, abundance and ease into your business. Because if your vibration, if your vibration of your vision is here in terms of abundance and ease, and you are operating here in terms of overwhelm, anxiety, it's two different frequencies. You're not conscious enough to actually allow that in. So the planning has got so many wonderful benefits for yourself and your business.
Yeah. And how does this all tie into goals? I mean, I'm getting a sense of that this is kind of your means to an end, but can you just talk about that? How this all ties into specific goals that you might have for your business in terms of increasing your income or your audience, your list, or anything like that?
Absolutely. In my 4 steps that I take people through to planning their year, we start off with vision. What is your vision for the year? What are your outcomes in terms of your finances, in terms of how much money does your business need to make? How much money does your lifestyle need that you want your business to support you in? How big do you want your list to be? How many clients do you want? What programs do you want? What projects do you want to kick off this year? So all of that planning, all of those goals, definitely from the start, because I mean, if you don't know where you're going, how can you map out a road to get there?
Terrific. Yeah.
So that's where you start off. And then in my step 4, we look at what you have planned, and then we make some tests. We do some tests to see, will whatever you have planned actually give you your outcomes? So there are the checks and balances in there. So step 1 is, of course, the vision. While I'm talking about the steps, let me just explain that.
Sure.
Step 2 is now make a list of everything that you're doing now already and want to plan for. Regular stuff, your daily, weekly activities, whether you do a podcast or some kind of group coaching calls, whatever you were doing, is, having everything in a list. And then when you plan, there are some rules that I guide you through. The amount of time that you really need to launch a program, to do a VIP thing, to do whatever. Then in step 3 is you will actually now go ahead and put this down in your plan. And then in step 4 is we check. We check your outcomes. We check that you have flexibility. We check that you are not having, because we often in the first round, we want to cram in too many things. And it's really more important to give yourself that flexibility, that breathing space in between. Yes.
Terrific.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. It sounds like your program helps business owners also with, perhaps getting some clarity around putting together group coaching programs or products, that sort of thing also?
Absolutely, because it will show you, where you have gaps. It will show you where your offerings that you have at the moment, can it actually meet your needs of your business? And so often, my clients that I work with, they don't know, they don't have that model to actually calculate and see whatever they have at the moment in their business, is that adequate for them to meet their outcomes that they would like to achieve. And I've got a very easy way to do that. Yeah.
And another question I have for you is, related to overwhelm, and your program obviously helps people to do away with overwhelm and have more clarity. So I find that self-care is, a big component that if you don't make that a priority, that you can easily become overwhelmed type of thing, because if you're not taking care of you first, it's more difficult to show up in the best way possible for your clients. So can you speak to that? Like, is that something that you encourage people to build into their plan for 2018?
Absolutely. You know
Good.
what? Because if you don't have that space in between, and that's why when I guide them to allow for the amount of time, that there's enough time, so that you can really take care of yourself and your own needs. Because I'm very for that as well, Laura. Self-care is so important to manage your states, to tune in. I've got a number of rituals when I work with clients to actually keep on tuning in their vibration, the energy, to that allows them to stay focused, that allows them to stay according to their plan. And when I talk about a plan, I don't talk about a to-do list. Not at all. It's not for you to have every moment of the day a little thing that you have to do. Then you just become a robot. It's for you to be able to create the space that you need, enough time to do things well, to do things that you can have fun doing them, that you don't feel rushed, and that that you have actually, you can focus on one thing, because the rest, you can park the rest, because you have actually planned for them. And that takes a lot of a load of one. Otherwise, everything is sort of in the front, in the front of your mind. Oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. When am I going to do this all? And you have that urgency, and you start comparing yourself. But look what that coach is already doing. My gosh, he's already launched 3 programs, and I even can't get off the ground with my first one. So when you plan in that way, it also takes away the whole comparing thing, the whole competition, because now you are creating your business instead of reacting to it.
Perfect. That sounds like the way you want to be in your business. Rather than reactive. That's terrific.
Reactive. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to share, Dina, with us about your program then?
Well, actually, it's not a program. It's a VIP virtual workshop. Okay. So it's an intense 4.5 hours with me. So it's like your whole morning or your evening, depending on where you are in the world. If you're on the US, it'll be your morning. And we spend 4.5 hours together. And after that 4.5 hours, you've got your year planned. And it's done. It's done. So it's not a theory class. It's done in color.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And it's an amazing achievement. And it's an amazing gift to you and your business.
And your clients.
And your clients.
Your clients for 2018.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes.
Yeah. Good. Wonderful. So I'm going to share a link either above or beneath this video to check out Dina's program and sign up for it. Is there anything else you want to add, Dina?
I just want to say that this workshop takes place next Thursday.
Okay.
Or Friday. You have a choice, between the 2 days. And then there's also a date in January. Of course, if you sign up now, even if you want to do it in January, then you will save money. And also the investment is $497 for the morning for the intensive. Okay. But we have a I have a fast action saving. So
Okay.
if you sign up now before or on the Tuesday the 13th
Mm-hmm.
or the 12th rather,
Yes.
then you save $200.
Okay. That's a great deal.
That's
Good.
really a
Okay.
great deal. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anybody who's interested in this program, just make sure you act quickly, because the savings are available until Tuesday the 12th.
Yes.
That's great. Great. Okay. Anything else, Dina?
No, I just think it's a gift that you really owe your business.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's important that we make it as easy for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
To be an entrepreneur is not for sissies. It's
Yeah.
really for you, to make that decision is a calling.
Yeah.
It's something that you feel that deep urge that you need to do, and you really owe it to yourself and to your business to make it as easy as possible for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I like what you said earlier about it. It helps you to be the CEO of your business, because you really do have to think and act and behave like a CEO when you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. You need to be
Mm-hmm.
able to take that step back and to look at your business from the outside. Otherwise, if you're lost in the details, you have no direction. And
Mm-hmm.
you're just in that spiral. You're like a headless chicken in a maze. You're running up and down, scratching for the next thing to do, and you
Yeah.
don't really know what you are doing. And this is
Mm-hmm.
just a first step, but it is such an important step to give
Mm-hmm.
you that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can make great decisions in your business. So it's really worth your investment in your time and your energy, and of course the money that you're going to spend, because this will return itself over and over to you in your business over the next year. You'll never not doing it again.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, Dina. Again, I'm going to put a link either above or beneath this recording so that you can check out Dina's program, and make sure you act fast to take advantage of those savings. So thanks
Great.
very much, Dina, and everyone watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and take care.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate, Laura.
My
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
My pleasure.